At brunch, my sister laughed at my quiet life, unaware I'm her company's co-founder. The moment she saw my signature, her world flipped. Curious about I'm Eleanor Green, a 33-year-old co-founder of DataLoom, a Seattle-based technology company valued at $83 million, where winters drop to 40 degrees Fahrenheit and summers climb to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Each morning, I brew strong black coffee, debug intricate $10 million analytic systems in my modest $2,000 downtown apartment, and oversee a team shaping global data solutions. My career forged through a computer science degree from a local $5,000 tech institute and unrelenting determination honed over years of quiet perseverance. My childhood home, a $600,000 suburban retreat in Bellevue, Washington, just 10 miles from Seattle's bustling core, appeared inviting with its cedar paneled dining room, soft lighting, and the comforting aroma of weekend family brunches served on polished oak tables. But beneath this facade, my parents, Linda and Robert Green, along with my sister Vivien, cast me as a faint flashlight against Vivien's dazzling firework, her radiant $5,000 diamond ring and charismatic presence consistently outshining my steady, understated contributions, leaving my $500,000 achievements unnoticed and uncelebrated by those closest to me. Growing up in that $600,000 Bellevue home, I learned early that love and recognition were reserved for spectacle, not substance, a dynamic that shaped our family interactions. Linda, a former event planner with a penchant for theatrical flair, and Robert, a retired accountant who admired bold displays of talent, saw Vivien, 2 years my senior, as their shining star, a beacon of potential destined for greatness. At our family's weekly brunches, held in the warmly lit 70 degrees Fahrenheit dining room, relatives would gather around Vivien exclaiming, "She's absolutely dazzling," as they marveled at her $500 dance competition trophies, their applause filling the air with admiration, while my carefully crafted $50 data models, built on a second-hand $200 laptop, were met with blank stares or polite nods, quickly forgotten in the glow of Vivien's latest triumph. I vividly recall my 12th birthday, standing beside a $20 chocolate cake, its candles flickering in the dim light, as Vivien burst into the room clutching a gleaming $1,000 state dance championship trophy, her victory announced with fanfare. Linda's beaming, "Our baby won," and the relatives' cheers drowned out my moment, leaving me to retreat silently to my room, where I opened my $200 laptop and continued coding my first rudimentary algorithm, hoping that one day my diligence would earn their pride. But their eyes remained fixed on Vivien's $3,000 recitals, her every step of performance, while my quiet $100 sneakers trudged an unseen path, my efforts fading into the background of their $600,000 home. The disparity between us was stark, a constant undercurrent that defined our family's dynamics from my earliest memories. When I was 14, I brought home a $50 first-place certificate from a regional science fair, my heart swelling with pride as I presented it to Linda, expecting a rare moment of acknowledgement. Her response was a curt, "Keep trying, Eleanor," delivered with a distracted glance, while Vivien's $300 local art exhibition, featuring a single $200 painting, prompted a lavish $1,000 catered gala at a downtown venue, with relatives toasting her artistic genius under $500 chandeliers. Robert, meticulously framing Vivien's $200 sketches for display in the $600,000 home's entryway, offered no comment on my certificate, his silence a heavier judgment than words could convey. Vivien's education at a prestigious $15,000 a year private art college was fully funded, complete with a $20,000 loft apartment in Seattle's trendy Capitol Hill, a space adorned with $1,000 abstract sculptures and $500 designer curtains. In contrast, I scraped together funds for my $5,000 Tech Institute tuition, biking 3 miles each way to classes in $100 sneakers worn thin from constant use, my $300 dorm room a Spartan contrast to Vivien's lavish setup. At 16, my cherished 65 degrees Fahrenheit bedroom, a sanctuary filled with $300 circuit boards and $50 programming manuals, was repurposed to serve as Vivien's $2,000 personal art studio, complete with $800 easels and $500 lighting fixtures, my belongings unceremoniously relegated to a cramped 60 degrees Fahrenheit attic closet with a single $20 bulb. When I protested, my voice trembling with a mix of hurt and disbelief, Linda's dismissive, "Vivien needs inspiration," Eleanor shut me down, reinforcing my role as an afterthought in the $600,000 household, my aspirations secondary to Vivien's $3,000 creative pursuits. Family gatherings, whether brunches or holiday dinners held 5 miles from Bellevue's vibrant downtown, were invariably Vivien's stage, where her performances took center stage. At 25, her $50,000 fashion startup launch, despite its shaky business model, was celebrated with a $10,000 gala at a waterfront venue, complete with $2,000 floral arrangements and a $1,000 live band. The family's Instagram flooded with posts proclaiming, "Our star shines bright." My graduation from the Tech Institute, marked by a $200 diploma earned through $5 coffee runs and $100 late-night study sessions, passed without notice, overshadowed by Vivien's $1,000 local TV appearances promoting her $500 art installations, which garnered fleeting attention but no lasting success. During those 70 degrees Fahrenheit brunches, relatives would hang on Vivien's tales of her $50,000 startups, near successes, offering $200 sympathies for its inevitable collapse, while my $500 internship code, which laid the groundwork for a $32 million bank contract, was brushed aside with disinterested nods, as if my work were merely a hobby. Linda's effusive, Vivien's a visionary, delivered with her $800 necklace catching the light, consistently overshadowed my quiet milestones, such as the $83 million valuation of DataLoom, the tech company I co-founded. Robert's proud declaration of "she's exceptional" in response to Vivien's $1,000 promotional ads, which yielded little return, stood in sharp contrast to his silence regarding my $10 million analytics systems, which revolutionized data processing for banks and hospitals. I told myself it was fine, that in America, family means enduring even unreciprocated efforts, a belief rooted in the hope that perseverance would eventually bridge the gap. I valued self-respect, meticulously earned through $5 coffee runs to fuel all-night coding sessions, $200 secondhand laptops that powered my early algorithms, and a steadfast commitment to excellence, trusting that my $83 million empire would one day shift their perspective, earning me a place in their affections. But they remained oblivious. Their $600,000 home a stage for Vivien's $400,000 performances, not my $500,000 contributions. They never inquired about the $10 million systems I developed, the Prism algorithm that predicted $1 million market shifts, or the quiet thrill of leading DataLoom to a $83 million valuation, a feat accomplished without fanfare. When I attempted to share my achievements during those brunches, Robert would offer a vague, "sounds complex," before redirecting the conversation to Vivien's latest $3,000 venture, which often ended in financial mismanagement and $500 excuses. At 27, alongside Sam Fletcher, I co-founded DataLoom, transforming a $200 laptop and a shared dream into an $83 million powerhouse that served banks, hospitals, and government agencies. Yet Linda's enduring mantra of "Vivien's the firework" and Vivien's own $5,000 diamond ring taunts, delivered with a $300 hair toss during our family's 70 degrees Fahrenheit brunches, dismissed my $500,000 role as a mere snoozefest, their $600,000 household remaining willfully blind to the $83 million legacy I had quietly built. In the shadows of their $800 necklace world. The familiar Seattle Brunch cafe buzzed with warmth at a comfortable 70 degrees Fahrenheit, its striped curtains filtering the soft morning sunlight, casting gentle patterns across the polished wooden tables, located just 10 miles from my modest $2,000 downtown apartment where I quietly shaped the future of data analytics. I sat in my usual corner, a quiet observer at our family's cherished weekly gathering in their $600,000 Bellevue home's orbit, mechanically stirring a cup of cold $5 black coffee, the spoon clinking softly against the ceramic as I anchored myself against the storm I knew was coming. Vivien, my older sister by 2 years, held court at the center of the table, her commanding presence as radiant as ever, her $5,000 diamond engagement ring catching the light with every animated gesture, a glittering testament to her self-assured charisma. Her voice, sharp and deliberately loud, cut through the gentle hum of the cafe, carrying an edge that was impossible to ignore. "Your old job was such a snoozefest, Eleanor," she declared with a laugh that echoed off the 65 degrees Fahrenheit morning air, her words dripping with condescension. "It's kind of hilarious that someone in their 30s still doesn't have a real job, don't you think?" The barb landed like a well-aimed dart, her $800 pearl necklace glinting as she flashed a smug smirk, her amusement a solitary performance, the only one laughing at her carefully crafted jab. I kept my eyes fixed on the swirling coffee, my grip tightening on the spoon, my heart pounding with a familiar ache, but my face remained an unreadable mask, concealing the truth that I was no unemployed drifter as she believed. I was the co-founder of DataLoom, the $83 million tech powerhouse, where Vivien had unknowingly submitted her $50,000 job application, a resume I had quietly reviewed and approved just days earlier. Linda, our mother, shifted uncomfortably in her seat, her $300 silk scarf catching the light as she murmured a half-hearted rebuke. "Vivien, don't be like that," her voice soft and ineffectual, lacking the conviction to challenge Vivien's $5,000 ring bravado. Vivien merely shrugged, her $300 hair toss a dismissive flourish, interpreting my silence as an admission of defeat, a confirmation of the failure she'd long ascribed to me. Robert, our father, took a slow sip of his $10 freshly squeezed orange juice, his $200 glasses reflecting the cafe's warm glow, and attempted to steer the conversation away from the tension, muttering, "The eggs Benedict are a bit too salty today, don't you think?" His deflection was a practice move, sidestepping Vivien's $5,000 ring barb as if it were a minor inconvenience, but her smirk lingered like a fisherman's hook, baiting me to react, to give her the satisfaction of a response. I said nothing. My $200 laptop's $83 million legacy, a closely guarded secret, one that powered the very $50,000 opportunity Vivien now chased, her $400,000 confidence oblivious to the fact that I held the authority over her $60,000 paycheck. My $500,000 role as DataLoom's chief technical architect hidden beneath the surface of her $800 necklace scorn. Vivien pressed on, undeterred by the awkward silence that followed her initial taunt, her voice rising with the confidence of someone accustomed to commanding attention. "My last firm went under, but that's fine. I'm a problem solver," she boasted, leaning back in her $500 designer chair, her $300 hair catching the light as she tossed it with a flourish. "I'm targeting this new company, DataLoom. Heard they're hiring, and I've already applied." My pulse quickened at the mention of my $83 million creation, a fleeting spark of amusement flickering within me as I glanced up briefly, catching her $5,000 ring glint, before quickly lowering my eyes to my coffee, careful to mask the knowing look that threatened to betray my secret. She continued, her tone brimming with $400,000 arrogance. "I'm going to nail it. I'll manage their budget better than anyone there, fix their mess in no time. If they pass me up, it's their loss, honestly." Her words, bold and dripping with self-assurance, were a near-perfect echo of the taunts she'd hurled at me for years, dismissing my $200 laptop existence with lines like, "You're going nowhere hiding in the shadows," or "You'll never amount to anything with those old computers." The irony was almost too much to bear, and I bit the inside of my cheek to suppress a laugh that bubbled up, the absurdity of her $50,000 resume resting on my $500,000 approval striking me as both painful and darkly humorous. She had mocked my quiet $200 laptop life, utterly unaware that within those unassuming shadows, I had coded the very $83 million infrastructure of DataLoom, the $1 million headquarters where she now pinned her $60,000 career aspirations, her $800 necklace bravado clashing with the reality of my $10 million systems that underpinned her $50,000 hope. This moment was not an isolated incident, but a painful echo of our childhood, a continuation of the dynamic that had defined our $600,000 Bellevue household for as long as I could remember. I thought back to my 12th birthday, standing beside a $20 chocolate birthday cake, its candles flickering in the dim 65 degrees Fahrenheit dining room, as Vivien burst in clutching a $500 state dance competition trophy, her victory announced with fanfare by Linda, who wrapped her arms around her, exclaiming, "Our baby just won." The relatives' cheers filled the $600,000 home, drowning out my moment, leaving me to slip away to my room, where I opened my $200 secondhand laptop and lost myself in coding my first rudimentary algorithm, a refuge from the sting of being overlooked. At 16, my $50 science fair victory, a meticulously designed data model, was met with Linda's half-hearted, "Try harder, Eleanor," while Vivien's $300 local art exhibition, featuring a single $200 painting, prompted a $1,000 catered gala at a downtown Seattle venue, complete with $500 chandeliers and $200 floral arrangements, relatives toasting her artistic brilliance as if she'd redefined modern art. Vivien's education at a $15,000 a year private art college was fully funded by our parents, who provided her with a $20,000 loft apartment in Seattle's trendy Capitol Hill, adorned with $1,000 abstract sculptures and $500 designer curtains, a stark contrast to my self-funded $5,000 Tech Institute tuition. Earned through $5 coffee runs and $100 late-night study sessions, my $300 dorm room a Spartan space with a single $20 desk lamp and $50 textbooks. When I protested the loss of my cherished 65 degrees Fahrenheit bedroom, a $300 haven filled with circuit boards and $50 programming manuals, to Vivien's $2,000 personal art studio, complete with $800 easels and $500 lighting fixtures, Linda's dismissive "Vivien needs inspiration, Eleanor" shut me down, relegating my belongings to a cramped 60 degrees Fahrenheit attic closet, reinforcing my role as an afterthought in the $600,000 household, my aspirations perpetually secondary to Vivien's $3,000 creative pursuits. I had approved Vivien's $50,000 application to DataLoom, clicking approve on her resume within the company's $100,000 internal system, my $500,000 authority as co-founder concealed behind my unassuming title of senior technical advisor. To Vivien, I was still the sister with the $200 laptop, perhaps scraping by on $50,000 freelance gigs, not the architect of her $60,000 paycheck, the coder who had transformed a $200 laptop and a shared dream with Sam Fletcher into an $83 million powerhouse serving banks, hospitals, and government agencies. Her snoozefest taunt, delivered with a $5,000 ring smirk and a $300 hair toss, assumed my life was a failure. Oblivious to the $10 million systems I'd built, the $32 million bank contract I'd secured, or the $83 million valuation of DataLoom, which now stood as a testament to my quiet resilience. I kept my silence in that 70 degrees Fahrenheit cafe, my $5 coffee growing colder with each stir, not out of fear or shame, but because I knew the truth would unveil itself within the $1 million walls of DataLoom's headquarters, where Vivien's $50,000 aspirations would soon collide with the reality of my $500,000 legacy. A moment poised to redefine her $800 necklace world and challenge the $600,000 family narrative that had long cast me as the insignificant flashlight to her dazzling firework. In the context of American family values, where love and fairness are meant to bind kin, my family's dynamics were a stark deviation, a world where Vivien's $5,000 ring spotlight consistently eclipsed my $500,000 contributions, their $600,000 home a stage for her $400,000 performances rather than a sanctuary for my $83 million achievements. I had always valued self-respect, meticulously cultivated through $5 coffee runs to fuel all-night coding marathons, $200 secondhand laptops that powered my early algorithms, and an unwavering commitment to excellence, trusting that my $83 million empire would one day earn me a place in their affections. A nod of recognition for the $10 million systems I developed or the $32 million contracts I'd secured. Yet, they remained utterly oblivious, their $600,000 household willfully blind to my reality, never once inquiring about the $10 million analytics platforms I'd engineered, the Prism algorithm that predicted $1 million market shifts with unparalleled precision, or the quiet, profound thrill of leading DataLoom to its $83 million valuation. A feat accomplished without the fanfare Vivien so effortlessly commanded. As Vivien's $300 hair toss punctuated her $5,000 ring taunt in that 70 degrees Fahrenheit cafe, I held my $5 coffee tightly, my $83 million truth a silent, simmering force, poised to reshape her $800 necklace narrative and illuminate the $600,000 family's blind spots at the very heart of DataLoom's $1 million headquarters, where her $50,000 dreams would soon meet the undeniable reality of my $500,000 legacy. The Seattle dawn draped a damp 60 degrees Fahrenheit veil over my $2,000 apartment, just 10 miles from my parents' $600,000 Bellevue home, as the sting of Vivien's brunch taunt, no real job, a snoozefest, cut deeper than a blade, her $5,000 diamond ring flashing with each mocking word. In the warm 70 degrees Fahrenheit glow of our family's cherished cafe, her $800 pearl necklace gleamed as she laughed, oblivious that I, Eleanor Green, was the co-founder of DataLoom, the $83 million tech firm where I'd approved her $50,000 job application. Linda's feeble "don't" Vivien and Robert's evasive "eggs are too salty" failed to shield me, their silence amplifying the betrayal, affirming my role as the flashlight to Vivien's firework. The pain wasn't merely her $300 hair toss scorn, it was the family's dismissal, deeming me a shadow despite my $10 million systems, a wound rooted in years of being unseen in their $600,000 world. I'd been the Green family's silent architect, coding the $83 million DataLoom empire from a $200 laptop in a $600,000 home that never acknowledged my worth. Every $5 coffee run, every $100 late-night debug, was a plea for their love, a hope that my $500,000 algorithms would earn their pride, that my quiet resilience would one day be seen as equal to Vivien's dazzling displays. But Vivien's hilarious taunt, delivered with a $400,000 smirk, and Linda's, "Vivien's the star," mantra revealed a devastating truth. I was not a daughter, but a prop, valued only in contrast to Vivien's $5,000 ring radiance. The wound wasn't new. It tore open scars from childhood, raw and searing, when my 12th birthday was eclipsed by Vivien's $500 dance trophy, Linda's "Our Baby One," drowning my $20 cake's glow as I retreated to code on my $200 laptop. At 14, my $50 science fair win drew a curt "try harder," while Vivien's $300 art show sparked a $1,000 gala, relatives toasting her genius under $500 chandeliers. My $5,000 Tech Institute degree, funded by $5 coffee runs, was forgotten amid Vivien's $15,000 art degree and $20,000 loft, my $100 sneakers trudging 3 miles while her $500 heels strutted. At 16, My 65 degrees Fahrenheit room, a $300 haven of circuit boards, became her $2,000 art studio, my belongings banished to a 60 degrees Fahrenheit attic closet. Linda's, Vivien needs inspiration, silencing my protest, cementing my place as an afterthought in our $600,000 home. The deepest pain came from their refusal to see me, their assumption that my silence equaled insignificance, a betrayal that cut to the core of my identity. Vivien's no real job, Barb, flung with a $5,000 ring flourish, dismissed my $83 million empire as if it were a $50,000 freelance gig, her $50,000 resume unknowingly resting on my $500,000 approval, her $800 necklace a mocking emblem of her ignorance. Linda's half-hearted "don't be like that" was no defense, merely a $300 scarf-draped echo of her, Vivien's the firework, pride, which had always overshadowed my contributions, from the $50 data models I built at 12 to the $32 million bank contract I secured at 27. Robert's pivot to Eggs Benedict's too salty was a $200 glasses dodge, his silence as damning as when he ignored my $5,000 graduation to celebrate Vivien's $1,000 TV spots, which fizzled without impact. They'd never paused to ask, "Eleanor, are you okay?" or shown curiosity about the $10 million analytics systems I'd engineered, the Prism algorithm that predicted $1 million market shifts with precision, or the quiet, profound satisfaction of leading DataLoom to its $83 million valuation, a feat accomplished without the fanfare Vivien so effortlessly commanded. Instead, they'd rallied around Vivien's $50,000 startup, which collapsed under her $500 financial mismanagement, offering $200 sympathies while dismissing my $500,000 role as inconsequential. When I sat silently at that 70 degrees Fahrenheit brunch, my $5 coffee growing colder with each stir, Vivien's $5,000 ring scorn and $300 hair toss buried the truth of my $83 million legacy, a betrayal that wasn't just a taunt but the erasure of my worth, my code, my heart, in favor of her $400,000 spotlight. A wound that throbbed with the weight of a lifetime spent unseen. In the fabric of American family values, where love and fairness are meant to bind kin together in mutual support, my family's dynamics were a stark deviation, a world where Vivien's $5,000 ring performances consistently eclipsed my $500,000 contributions, their $600,000 home a stage for her $400,000 spectacle rather than a sanctuary that recognized my $83 million achievements. I had always placed immense value on self-respect, painstakingly cultivated through $5 coffee runs that fueled all-night coding marathons, $200 secondhand laptops that powered the early algorithms of DataLoom, and an unwavering commitment to excellence that drove me to secure $32 million contracts and build $10 million systems, all in the belief that my $83 million empire would one day earn me a place in their affections, a simple nod of recognition for the $500,000 role I played in reshaping industries. Yet, they remained utterly oblivious, their $600,000 household a fortress of willful blindness, never once inquiring about the $10 million analytics platforms I'd engineered, the Prism algorithm that revolutionized data processing with $1 million precision, or the quiet, profound thrill of leading DataLoom to its $83 million valuation, a feat accomplished without the public fanfare Vivien so effortlessly commanded. As Vivien's $300 hair toss punctuated her $5,000 ring taunt in that 70 degrees Fahrenheit cafe, I held my $5 coffee tightly, the weight of her words pressing against my chest, my $83 million truth a silent, simmering force poised to unravel her $800 necklace narrative and illuminate the $600,000 family's blind spots, a truth that would soon manifest within the $1 million walls of DataLoom's headquarters, where her $50,000 aspirations would collide with the undeniable reality of my $500,000 legacy, a moment that promised to redefine her $400,000 worldview and challenge the very foundation of our family's skewed priorities. The Seattle twilight draped a soft 65 degrees Fahrenheit mist over my $2,000 downtown apartment, a mere 10 miles from my parents' $600,000 Bellevue home, as I poured over $10 million DataLoom code, the echo of Vivien's brunch taunt. No real job, a snoozefest, still lingering like a bitter aftertaste. Her $5,000 diamond ring and $800 pearl necklace had punctuated her $400,000 smirk, oblivious to my approval of her $50,000 DataLoom application, a quiet act of power from the shadows of my $83 million tech empire. 2 months later, in the cool 70 degrees Fahrenheit basement server room of our $1 million headquarters, Vivien stunned, "You're the co-founder," marked the moment I emerged, my $500,000 role no longer hidden. At DataLoom's 5-year gala, I claimed my $83 million truth in an $800 black dress, gifting Vivien a $50 notebook and pen, setting a boundary. Respect, not apology, was my demand, reshaping their $600,000 family's $5,000 ring world with my $32 million legacy. Vivien's awakening began weeks earlier, her $50,000 confidence shaken when she stumbled upon my Eleanor Green, NS signature on $100,000 budget files, her $60,000 paycheck tied to my $500,000 authority. Digging deeper, she accessed DataLoom's $83 million master file, Eleanor Green, 50% owner, chief technical architect, her $800 necklace arrogance crumbling before my $200 laptop empire. In the 70 degrees Fahrenheit server room, her, "What are you doing here?" met my calm, special access, Sam Fletcher's, "Needs your sign-off," cementing her realization. Her eyes, wide with silent fury, saw the flashlight she'd mocked as her $83 million boss. I didn't revel. I offered a $50,000 tech education project. You'd fit well. My $5 coffee run grit meeting her $300 hair toss, leaving her to grapple with my $500,000 truth, her $5,000 ring world unsteady. The gala, in a $100,000 Lake Union glass hall, was my stage. The MC's, Eleanor Green, co-founder, drew electric applause, my $800 dress framing a $200 laptop frame, my speech. I chose silence, but today, I'm here for gratitude. Stilling Vivien, her $50 champagne glass frozen, her $5,000 ring gaze shifting from shock to doubt. Sam's, garage to HQ, tale set the stage, my $500,000 truth. Technology built on trust, lit the 75 degrees Fahrenheit room, the crowd's warm laughter embracing my $83 million journey. Vivien's stare, piercing through the $2,000 chandeliers, met my quiet nod, her $400,000 narrative unraveling. I gifted her a $50 notebook and pen, my note. "I'm proud to work with you, Eleanor." An open door, not absolution, demanding respect over her $800 necklace scorn, my $10 million systems a silent rebuke to her $50,000 taunts. Their betrayal, Vivien's hilarious at the 70 degrees Fahrenheit brunch, Linda's don't. Robert's eggs are salty, echoed childhood, when my $20 birthday cake dimmed under Vivien's $500 trophy, my $50 science, when lost to her $300 art show's $1,000 gala. My $5,000 degree, earned through $5 coffee runs, vanished beside her $15,000 loft, my 65 degrees Fahrenheit room taken for her $2,000 studio, Linda's Vivien needs inspiration, burying my $100 protest. I'd coded $83 million DataLoom, yet they saw a $50,000 failure. My boundary, no contact without respect, held firm. Vivien's $100,000 Touch the Future initiative, inspired by my $500,000 mission, marked her shift, but I stayed vigilant, my $83 million piece earned through $200 laptop nights. Linda's $800 necklace nods, Robert's $50 apologies, hinted at change, but my $600,000 past taught caution, my $32 million heart guarded. In America, family is love and fairness, but mine was Vivien's $5,000 ring spotlight over my $500,000 code. I'd given silence, yet they mocked my $200 laptop truth. Sam's She's Curious and Melanie Harper's You Inspired Me were my kin, not the $600,000 home's $400,000 facade. Vivien's $50,000 focus, her I Never Understood You at the 70 degrees Fahrenheit cafe, wasn't redemption but a step, my $83 million boundary unyielding. I didn't need her $50 apology. I needed her $100,000 respect, my $10 million systems a testament to my $500,000 worth, my $83 million piece of shield against her $800 necklace past, forged in a 70 degrees Fahrenheit brunch's betrayal, now a $1 million stage for truth. The Seattle autumn glowed at a crisp 60 degrees Fahrenheit outside my $2,000 downtown apartment, a mere 10 miles from my parents' $600,000 Bellevue home, as I steered $10 million projects at DataLoom, the $83 million tech empire I co-founded. My market maven's revelation, unveiling Vivien's no real job brunch taunt and my $500,000 co-founder role, reshaped our $400,000 family dynamic, a seismic shift felt across the cedar-paneled dining room of their $600,000 residence. I'd poured my silence into their $600,000 world, yet Vivien's $5,000 diamond ring and $800 pearl necklace had mocked my $200 laptop legacy, Linda's don't and Robert's eggs are salty, amplifying the betrayal. At DataLoom's gala, my $50 notebook and pen gift to Vivien set a boundary. Respect, not apology, was my demand. Their $5,000 ring facade crumbled, and while I felt no triumph, only a quiet peace, their humbling was the inevitable consequence of their $600,000 home disdain, a reckoning born of their own $400,000 priorities. Vivien's transformation was profound, a stark departure from her former self-assured bravado. The $50,000 arrogance that fueled her "I'll fix DataLoom" boast at the 70 degrees Fahrenheit brunch dissolved when she uncovered my Eleanor Green NS signature on $100,000 budget files, revealing that her $60,000 paycheck depended on my $500,000 authority. Her $100,000 Touch the Future initiative, explicitly inspired by my $83 million mission to democratize tech education, marked a shedding of her $5,000 ring hubris, replacing it with a $50,000 focus that prioritized substance over spectacle. Melanie Harper, a distant cousin, emailed me with an update. "Eleanor, Vivien's changed. She's quieter now, pouring herself into work, no longer chasing the spotlight." The $15,000 art degree, $20,000 Capitol Hill loft, and $50,000 startup that once defined her, propped up by family funds, were relics of a past life. She remained in the $600,000 Bellevue home. But her dreams of $500 TV spots and $1,000 art shows had given way to a grounded $50,000 commitment to DataLoom's $100,000 projects, her $800 necklace flare subdued by the weight of my $83 million truth. Linda and Robert, once the proud architects of a $400,000 family narrative centered on Vivien's $5,000 ring radiance, began to unravel in the wake of my revelation, their $600,000 home no longer a stage for unchallenged favoritism. Linda's $800 necklace poise, which had deflected Vivien's brunch taunts with a weak "don't be like that," softened into tentative $50 nods during our 70 degrees Fahrenheit family gatherings, her $300 silk scarves now carrying a hint of humility rather than dismissal. Robert, whose $200 glasses silence had once buried my $5,000 Tech Institute graduation in favor of Vivien's $1,000 TV appearances, offered quiet $20 apologies, his eggs Benedict's too salty, evasions replaced by subtle acknowledgments of my $83 million empire. Though still tinged with the $400,000 pride that had long defined their $600,000 household. Their shift was incomplete, a partial awakening rather than a full reckoning, as they grappled with the reality that the flashlight they'd overlooked had illuminated a $83 million legacy, far surpassing Vivien's $50,000 flops, their $800 necklace world now humbled by the undeniable force of my $500,000 contributions. The $600,000 Bellevue home, once a vibrant stage for Vivien's $3,000 catered galas and $1,000 art exhibitions, grew quieter, its cedar panel dining room, warmed to 70 degrees Fahrenheit during brunches, now a shadow of its former grandeur. My childhood $100 data models long discarded in favor of Vivien's $500 sketches. Melanie texted. They're subdued, selling $500 family heirlooms to cover expenses. The relatives, who had once filled the $600,000 home with $200 cheers for Vivien's $1,000 promotional ads, which yielded little but fleeting attention, began to drift away, their silence a louder verdict than the $400,000 applause they'd once offered. Sarah, a cousin living 15 miles away in Kirkland, texted me. Eleanor, they're humbled. Your $83 million truth woke them up. I responded simply, they woke themselves with their choices. Linda's once proud declaration of Vivien's the firework had been challenged by my quiet $50 note to Vivien, a gesture that carried more weight than their $800 necklace platitudes. Their humbling wasn't my intention, it was the natural outcome of their $5,000 ring priorities, which had always placed Vivien's $400,000 spectacle above my $500,000 substance, their $600,000 home stage that could no longer sustain the illusion of her $50,000 superiority in the face of my $83 million reality. In the context of American family values, where love and fairness are meant to foster mutual support and recognition, my family's dynamics had been a stark deviation, a world where Vivien's $5,000 ring performances consistently overshadowed my $500,000 contributions. Their $600,000 home a platform for her $400,000 displays rather than a sanctuary that acknowledged my $83 million achievements. I had always placed immense value on self-respect, painstakingly earned through $5 coffee runs that fueled all-night coding sessions, $200 secondhand laptops that powered the early algorithms of DataLoom, and an unwavering commitment to excellence that drove me to secure $32 million contracts and build $10 million analytic systems, all in the belief that my $83 million empire would one day earn me a place in their affections, a simple nod of recognition for the $500,000 role I played in reshaping industries. Yet, they had remained utterly oblivious, their $600,000 household a fortress of willful blindness, never once inquiring about the $10 million analytics platforms I'd engineered, the Prism algorithm that revolutionized data processing with $1 million precision, or the quiet, profound satisfaction of leading DataLoom to its $83 million valuation, a feat accomplished without the public fanfare Vivien so effortlessly commanded. The consequences they faced: their social standing diminished, their $600,000 home quieter, their $400,000 narrative fractured, were not a result of my actions, but of their own choices, their preference for Vivien's $5,000 ring spectacle over my $500,000 substance, a preference that had blinded them to the $83 million legacy I had quietly built in the shadows of their $800 necklace world. For me, there was no gloating, only a serene $83 million peace, a quiet assurance that my $500,000 truth had prevailed, my $32 million heart no longer weighed down by their $600,000 home dismissal, my $10 million systems a testament to a resilience they could no longer ignore, even as they began to see the faint glow of my $200 laptop light. The Seattle winter sparkled under a crisp 45 degrees Fahrenheit sky outside my $2,000 downtown apartment, a quiet sanctuary just 10 miles from my parents' $600,000 Bellevue home, as I led $10 million initiatives at DataLoom, the $83 million tech empire I co-founded with Sam Fletcher. 3 years after Vivien's stinging, no real job taunt at our family's 70 degrees Fahrenheit brunch, her $5,000 diamond ring and $800 pearl necklace no longer cast a shadow over my $500,000 legacy, her mockery silenced when she discovered I signed her $60,000 paycheck. My market maven's revelation and $50 notebook and pen gift at DataLoom's gala set a boundary. Respect, not apology, was my requirement. Linda's don't and Robert's eggs are salty softened into $50 nods, but it was Vivien's $100,000 Touch the Future initiative, inspired by my $83 million mission, that forged a quiet understanding, not through words but through her $50,000 humility. With Sam, Melanie Harper, and a redefined family, I found a serene $83 million peace, my $500,000 heart open yet guarded, past wounds no longer shaping my $600,000 family's $400,000 narrative. Vivien's transformation, sparked by my $500,000 signature on her $100,000 budget files, was profound, her $5,000 ring bravado giving way to a grounded $50,000 focus that prioritized DataLoom's $1 million projects over $800 necklace flair. At a 70 degrees Fahrenheit brunch in our family's cherished cafe, her unexpected, Eleanor's the smartest cut through Uncle Henry's $50 just, still coding games. Her $300 hair neatly tied, her $500 blouse simple, a far cry from her $400,000 past. The $600,000 dining room, once a stage for her $3,000 galas, stilled as Linda's $800 necklace framed a $50 nod, her $300 scarf soft with unspoken amends, and Robert's $200 glasses gaze held a $20 apology, his $400,000 pride humbled by my $83 million truth. Vivien's whispered, "I'll never be the same," as she passed me, her $50 jacket in hand. Wasn't a formal apology, but a $100,000 step toward respect, her $5,000 ring arrogance yielding to a $50,000 acknowledgement of my $500,000 worth. I smiled, responding, "We start today, not seeking forgiveness, but embracing a $83 million understanding, a moment of clarity that didn't erase her $50,000 taunts or my $100 attic closet, but allowed us to coexist in the $600,000 home's evolving narrative." My $1 million headquarters thrived, mentoring $50,000 interns, my $500,000 Prism algorithm driving $32 million market predictions, DataLoom's $83 million valuation a testament to $5 coffee run grit and $200 laptop nights. Melanie's "you inspired me" emails and Sam's "new beginning" quips were my true kin, not the $600,000 home's $400,000 facade that once buried my $50 science wins for Vivien's $300 art shows. Vivien's $100,000 work, Linda's $50 touch, and Robert's $20 amends didn't undo her snoozefest or my $5,000 degree silence, but their $83 million shift was enough. A step, not redemption, in a $600,000 family still learning to see my $500,000 light. In America, family is love and fairness, but mine had been Vivien's $5,000 ring spotlight over my $200 laptop truth, their $800 necklace world blind to my $32 million contracts. I'd given silence, endured $50,000 scorn, yet found solace in Sam's $50 laugh, Melanie's $100 support, and my $10 million systems. Vivien's $50,000 nod at the 70 degrees Fahrenheit cafe, her "I never understood you," marked a bridge, not a mended past, my $83 million piece of shield forged in a $600,000 brunch's betrayal, now a $1 million stage for mutual respect, my $500,000 heart no longer dimmed by their $400,000 shadows, but open to a $100,000 future, where we could both grow. As Eleanor Green, I built an $83 million DataLoom empire from a $200 laptop, yet Vivien's no real job taunt, backed by her $5,000 ring smirk, stung deep, my family's $600,000 Bellevue world blind to my $500,000 truth. Their betrayal, mocking my silence while I signed Vivien's $60,000 paycheck, cast me as a shadow to her firework. Revealing my $83 million role, I set a boundary. Respect, not apology. Now, with Sam and a humbled Vivien, I found $10 million peace. To you, Americans valuing family, don't let scorn dim your light. If kin dismiss your worth, hold firm. Your value isn't their praise, but your grit. Don't mirror my years of silence under $800 necklace taunts. Demand respect. It's not defiance, it's dignity. Build with those who see you, friends, chosen kin. Resilience isn't enduring neglect, it's shining despite it. I hid my $83 million too long. Start now. Claim your truth, live boldly, and find strength in your $500,000 heart. Have you ever been overlooked by family for your achievements, and how did you rise above their dismissal? Did you confront them, carve your own path, or find another way to prove your worth? Share your story in the comments.